Hi, my lovely ADHD mompreneurs. Here's something important that I wanted to share with you today, which is this. In order to go fast, you have to start slow. It's hard for our ADHD brain to comprehend that, especially since we like to do things fast, and urgency is one of the triggers for us to actually get our ADHD brain hyper focused. But for me today, I have to remind myself that in order for me to go fast in my business, I have to slow down today. And let me give you a concrete example. I mentioned in our community this recent post I had where I just started the Elite ADHD Mompreneurs. I changed my offer so that instead of a one-on-one, now I'm doing group coaching inside it. That's why I started this. It's all new and there are new things that I am trying to implement on it to make it more implementation focused. Now I'm going to show you what's happening inside my brain in terms of trying to slow my brain down because I want to go fast and long term with Elite ADHD Mompreneurs community. So let me move myself right here. And my brain looks like this. This is my master plan assembly line, and I have this in Canva. I use Canva a lot. Some people use Miro for this or some other apps, but I like Canva because it's all in one. So this looks chaotic, but it's organized chaos, like how most of our ADHD brain organizes our physical environment and even our virtual environment, as you can see. And what this is a representation of my mind, what I think, my brain dump. And it doesn't have to be complicated. And what I wanted to show you is, I started with something really simple. Early this year, I mentioned how, and these are my target audience, my ADHD mompreneurs, you. That's how I picture you in my mind. And let me just take a sip of water right here. So my ADHD mompreneurs are going through this assembly line. So at the beginning, this is how I think about it. Like, okay, I try to visualize the process and your journey. And so I'm thinking, okay, maybe I'll find them in an email and then YouTube. And then after they see a value video there, then they go to my free ADHD community. So that's how I started thinking, visualizing in very simplistic form my assembly line in terms of how I think I will provide value to my target audience, my ADHD mompreneurs like yourself. And then it became more detailed in February. How I'm like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I now have paid ads right here. I now have paid ads. And then I have my email. Then now I have my YouTube. And now I have 2 YouTube channels as opposed to 1. And then my free community. And then I started thinking, okay, I want to add more value in addition to my free community because there are more moms that want more hands-on coaching. Is it one-on-one coaching or a group coaching that they prefer? Initially, as you all know, I thought about a one-on-one coaching. That's why the first version of the Elite ADHD Mompreneur was $1,200 per year. And then I realized, no, wait, more moms actually want more of a group coaching because there are moms that want some information and then they need implementation to be more focused. And once you give them clarity with that implementation, they're good on their own. So I wanted to revise my Elite ADHD Mompreneur to go ahead and address that. need. So that's why in March I thought, okay, I'm going to revise my assembly line, which is my thought process. So now this is how it looks like. It's becoming more elaborate and more complicated. And so now there are two main traffic sources, my paid ads and my YouTube, which is free, and I'm building organic. There are my two YouTube channels again. And then what is happening with my free community. So from my paid ads and my YouTube ads, my traffic goes to my free community where I provide value, where I already have our simplified productivity course there. And for any of our new members, just to let you know, this is our community, and you go to our classroom and it's right here, the productivity course, that you have instant access right away with all of the different topics that you can choose from, whatever it is that you're struggling right now, and you can jump to each one, whichever you feel needs help today. So I have that free value here. And now I revised my elite ADHD mompreneurs to be to have this limited founding member pricing that I announced last Friday in that workshop that I did with Mike Lawson from another ADHD community, because we're collaborating. So the limited founding member is $1 a day for $30 a month instead of before, which was a higher ticket price. And so now this is the new elite ADHD mompreneurs, and I will have an invite only for one-on-one mentorship now, right here. So as you can see, things have evolved with my mind, and because I just launched this revised or version 1, because before it was version 0. Now it's version 1 of my elite ADHD mompreneurs. I have to remember to slow down, right? I have this now, and what I mean about slowing down is, okay, since now this part of my business has to go through this funnel again of having paid ads and then YouTube, I have to slow down, because I might be just focused on, oh, let me go ahead and provide as much value in my community, but I have to remember this visual representation. That's why I have a visual representation. Otherwise, my ADHD would forget this other parts of the equation, because that's how our ADHD brain is wired. We have our executive functions are limited or challenged with short-term memory. And so I may be focused on this, and now I'm going to forget about this. And so that's why the visual representation helps me. And so in terms of slowing down, just to give you an idea is, okay, I am going to brain dump again and simplify that process, because I'm starting from scratch in terms of my elite ADHD mompreneur. I had a process for my free community, the thriving ADHD mompreneurs. Now I need this more a simplified visual representation that I can start with my elite mompreneurs before I can make it complicated like what you saw earlier. So I had to tell myself, slow down, go back to the basics. Now I have to look at paid ads. I have to remember that with my elite ADHD mompreneur, I have to go back to the beginning. So as you can see, this is the flow chart that I have in my mind as to each of the process I need to work on in my business that actually moves the needle. But I can't just focus on this and be fast, and trying to create only contents or create only posts on this, and also do the same for this. I have to slow down, press my brakes, and as Dr. Edward Hallowell mentioned, he's one of the leading ADHD experts, is that our ADHD brain is like a Ferrari, but we have bicycles for brakes. And so I have to remember that my bicycle brakes, I have to break on that a lot so that I can slow my brain down and say, okay, go back to the basics because you just launched this one, and go back to the beginning. And now I have to slow down and create paid ads. Now I have to slow down and create emails. I have to slow down and create YouTube videos. But all that happen in sequential order. I don't do all of that at once. I create systems for my paid ads first. Once that system is done, once I slow down and put that system in place, then it will work on its own in the background without me needing to be there. And then I will then move to the next problem, or I call it problem, but really it's not a problem because problem denotes that it's something I don't like. But I need to move basically to the next needle that will move my business, which is email right here. And so now I will set up my email that will grow and nurture my audience and my members in my elite ADHD mompreneurs. And then once I have that system set up and automated, then it will run in the background without me having to be physically there. And then I will move on to YouTube. Do the same thing. Set up systems and automation that will run by itself so I don't need to be there. And then when that process is done, I don't need to do this every single day. What I need to do is just double check, make sure my automations and my systems are running in the background. And that's what I do first thing in the morning is like, okay, let me just double check they're running. And that takes like a minute or two to make sure my automations are triggering correctly. And then I see, okay, they're running. Great. They're done. And then now I go back to my elite and the traffic is happening. And I don't have to keep on creating content for my traffic because I have that all systematized and automated. Now I can focus on my community and do nurturing and really providing value for my members, both for my Thriving ADHD Mompreneurs member and my Elite ADHD Mompreneurs member. That's how I can do a lot of things at the same time without me having to be physically present each step of the way. And that's why it's important for me to remember that now that I've launched this Elite ADHD Mompreneur, I have to slow down because now I have to go back and do the automation for this, automation for this, automation for this, so that I don't have to worry about those and I can focus on really nurturing my community. It's hard to tell myself slow down because I have so many ideas of what to do with the Elite ADHD Mompreneur, how I want to do group coaching and also I want to show each person how they can systematize their own system, their own business so that they don't have to be there physically in their business all the time. I want to show my members how to use a virtual assistant because I have a virtual assistant as well. Her name is Jazz and she's amazing. So I wanted to show my members in my Elite ADHD Mompreneur how you can use a VA so you can delegate properly the tasks that you shouldn't be doing or you don't want to do, so you can hyper focus on the things that you love to do. So I have all these ideas, but I have to say, okay, wait, you know what? I will get there. And there are already a value inside my community because like the Thriving ADHD Mompreneur, I already have a classroom where I have a 3-step action formula where I teach my members to eliminate, execute, and simplify, which is eliminate distractions and frictions, and then you execute with ease and clarity, and then you simplify with automations and systems and processes. That's why I try to teach systems and automation more in Elite ADHD Mompreneurs because it is for ADHD mompreneurs who want to take action are ready to actually do things and then also do it fast. Now, it's hard for our ADHD brain to actually do things because if you've seen the video in my Thriving ADHD Mompreneurs community where this video of ADHD challenges redefined, in this video I talk about how ADHDers already know what to do, but the hard part is doing what we know, and there's this gap in between of our knowledge and trying to do the action itself. So I inverted that, so let me do that again. So we already know what we need to know, enough learning, right? And we just need to do what we know, but that is extremely hard for us because we need a bridge connecting this two. And that's the bridge that I'm trying to teach in my Elite ADHD Mompreneur, because that community is more implementation focused community. But I'm saying that right now so you can understand how you and I need to remind our ADHD brain to slow down. Because to thrive with our ADHD brain, we have to go fast and go slow. But knowing when to do that is key for our business so that it can move smoothly and we don't need to be there all the time. That's the beauty of it. That's why I can have two businesses, a law firm, and my mission-driven company, which is this, and then I can homeschool. I can be with my son when he gets home from school, my kindergartner, and then I can homeschool my 8th grader, and then I can still be a wife. So I can spend quality time with my kids because I don't need to be in my business all the time. And that's why I created these community, both Thriving ADHD Mompreneur and Elite ADHD Mompreneur, to help ADHD mompreneurs in their different level of journey. So mompreneurs, today try to think of how can you slow your brain down and think of what is it in your business that you need to work on so that at some point you will get to move fast. Because once I slow down and do these, then I will be a hyper speed execution machine here. That's why a lot of my mentors and a lot of the people I work with say I'm an execution machine. It's because my systems and automations are also executing in the background while I'm doing physical work, while I'm doing work in person, I mean. So let me know what you think and what resonated with you in this video. And if you need any assistance or guidance, you know how to find me. Just go ahead and post a question inside our community if you're in the Thriving ADHD Mompreneurs, or if you're in our Elite ADHD Mompreneurs, go ahead and drop a question there as well. I will guide you through the process as much as I can. And if I don't have the answer, I will help you find the answer somewhere else and help you find reliable resources. So drop your question, and I appreciate you. Have a wonderful week. I appreciate you.